or whatever you got up to? Oh, lots of stuff. Yeah. That's all right. I'll, So we're off on a different set of lessons this morning. So no more hooking the big toe. Oh, do you miss it? Would you like to do one more? No, this new set of lessons, it's just a short burst of 3 for today. And it involves the arms. So you've already done a set of lessons last week with the arms, circling the arms around. This will be slightly the same, but a little bit different. And then we'll go into a longer string of lessons to do with the head and the chest, reaching down into the pelvis. But before we launch into any lessons, any burning questions, any burning comments, anything that is on your mind that you'd like to say and somehow discuss at some stage this week? Wow, that's impressive. Okay, time's up. No. Lucky asked, is there a theme around this week? There's a theme throughout the whole 2 weeks. Some trainers that have been training individuals for a long time and been working through the Amherst materials. Hey, that's all right, no problem. Would say that it's just one big long ATM lesson. Everything is linked to everything else. But you could say, last week we started with the pelvis. Do you remember what we did with the pelvis? Remember the clock, round the clock, round the clock? And remember somewhere in that pelvic lesson, right towards the end, I was getting you to do head clocks. And then I asked you, can you relate the 2 clocks? Can one do this and the other one do that? That's kind of like the theme for the whole 2 weeks. Yeah, It's working. Is that a sufficient answer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But you raised another question for me, which was, and I've experienced that, everything seems tied together.
Yeah.
How do you choose where to start?
Well, in a funny kind of a way, and Jenny, if you feel you want to add to this, you're most welcome to. In a funny kind of a way, we're not choosing. We're kind of going, here's the Amherst training that happened from 1980 through to 1981, 18 weeks of training. And let's use these series of lessons and let's work our way through them up to a certain point. And so it's much easier to navigate. But as Jenny said and I said last week, the average age of the individuals in that room was around late 20s, early 30s. So the lessons that Feldenkrais chose, as you now know, are some of them quite vigorous, and some of them will get even more vigorous. So at some stage along the line, we'll have to seriously consider, do we stay on this track or do we go off in a different direction? Because if it's not really about the movements and it's about learning how to learn, then why choose lessons that you're going to just, feel tortured? No point. Yeah? I know. I mean, you'd be fine because some of them actually look like street dancing. You're doing all sorts of things.
I hurt my hip on Saturday night.
Okay, so the selection is who are the people in front of you. So this is when your awareness through movement teaches. Who are the individuals in front of you? What's their interest? And then you select lessons on the basis of that. If that's a public workshop. Yeah. Is that okay for now? Yeah. Yeah, who is your audience? Absolutely. All right. So let's start like this. However you're sitting, just remain sitting. However you're lying,